It looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Ronaldinho. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Great pressure, plenty of it. Serginho. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Casemiro. And it's Gullit. Bremer cuts out the pass. Eder Militao. Serginho. Marquinhos. Nicely weighted ball. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Neymar showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rafinha. Edmilson proves too strong, too smart. Ibrahimovic. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. That's going right the way across. Serginho. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. Bremer spots it and intercepts. Eder Militao. Now it's Rafinha. That's a cute ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Ronaldinho. Chance here to counter. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's going for goal! He's scored!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
And we hit half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Arsenal really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Arsenal have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 27. Sai para a entrada do
Here's the start of the second half.
Camisa 20.
Arsenal really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
And here's Messi. Little pass back. Out towards the flank. Certainly not the easiest of chances, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, he's the sort that can make the most difficult look quite easy, but that definitely wasn't his very best. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And it's been taken short. And here's Roberto Carlos. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's gone for goal! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Eder Militao. Ganso. And here's Neymar. Tries to play it through. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Ganso. Brazil finding their passes. And it's Marquinhos. Shifted it to the flank. He's on it, can he get away? Corner it is. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Ganso. Ganso goes for a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Gattuso. Arsenal just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Gullit. Gullit going face-to-face with his great rival. That's a throw. That is a brilliant interception. Chance for a shot! Goal! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty, he is truly in the zone.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Nicely shaped ball. Bremer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Casemiro, quality ball. Great vision, and he welcomes it in. Chance, surely! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Teremos uma substituição.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. A case now of complete control.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every...
Can he finish? And that's off target. Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Ah, this looks sharp. Gattuso. Roberto Carlos. Showing great feet there. Roberto Carlos delivers. Gerson. And it's Ganso. Ganso! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cruyff. Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. And it's Roberto Carlos. Here's Puyol. Not the most accurate pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Taken off it pretty forcefully. Marquinhos gets over and intercepts. Arsenal are almost home and dry now. Ganso. Nice looking ball. That's good vision. Alisson is there and he can get that clear. Nicked it back promptly. Puyol. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Roberto Carlos. Played in by Roberto Carlos. And that could well leave a mark. Four added, just about within shooting range. It's run loose, who's going to get there? That has been slung wide. Oh, that's neat. Utoma. Gerson. Now it's Neymar.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And that is that. Arsenal just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. How would you summarise what we've... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. More than half a century of history, the Estadio Morumbis, this gargantuan arena, has borne witness to many a glorious moment for Sao Paulo, both city and club. The action has already started. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Rafinha, and it's Timber. Now it's Rafinha, and he cuts out the supply. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That's a sharp pass. Floated through. Oh, well played. Aimed beyond the defence. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And here's Hullet. Serves Ibrahimovic! He will be livid with himself. Vinicius Junior. It's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Still goalless. Played out wide. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Saliba. Looking for options for movement. Bellingham. Good read, needed to be.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Marquinhos. And it's Messi. Bellingham. Now it's Bellingham. Bellingham with the delivery. Sao Paulo with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Messi goes short. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's gone for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. And here's Messi. Rafinha receives it in a wide position. And that should get the job done. Nuno Mendes. Marquinhos. Now Timber. And here's Rafinha. And it's Timber. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi looking to run onto it. That looks a good ball through. And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but That's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Timber. Rafinha. It's a searching pass. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Pings it across. Oh, what a goal! Against the crossbar. Goal! Sao Paulo! And Sao Paulo score first. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Sao Paulo have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Vinicius Junior is in a really good position out wide. Just deflected over the goal line for a corner. Sao Paulo have their third corner. They've played it short, and it's Mendes. And here's Messi. Cross flung in towards the middle. Gattuso tries to clear. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Messi. Edmilson. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos delivers. Cleared without hesitation. Bellingham. Messi. Bellingham. Little doubt, that is a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. Saliba plays the return pass. Sao Paulo finding their passes. Nice sequence of passes this. Priol gets across to intercept that. It's a pretty loose pass. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's beaten. It's Ibrahimovic! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Arsenal are still behind then, despite looking for all the world like they've pulled level.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So off we go once more.
Arsenal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And here's Ronaldinho. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped.
He rises! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Not the most accurate pass. And here's Ronaldinho. Tries a deft little ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. There's the shot! And he hits the net! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Look at the space here. Chance! Goal! Sao Paulo! Into the lead once more. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Arsenal really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half.
Público presente na partida de hoje, 70.987 espectadores.
Sao Paulo are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Teremos uma substituição.
Saliba. Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows.
Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game.
Succumbs to the pressure. And it's Bellingham. Gives it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Played in by Roberto Carlos.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
That could spell trouble. And the shots!
Arsenal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And he's there to belt it away. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos, he's got tall. And yes, it's there! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and bedded perfectly.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Oh, he had to make that. And a chance! Goal! Sao Paulo! And they're back in front. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Sao Paulo take the lead.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Out towards the flank. That's very neat.
Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Saka, played into space out wide.
Sao Paulo really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Denilson, Nuno Mendes. Now it's Messi. No, he's not getting past him there.
This is the time you need that pace.
That pass isn't the best. There will be 4 extra minutes. Gattuso cuts it out. Haaland threads one in. Marquinhos cuts out the pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Gattuso, and it's Van Dijk. And there goes the final whistle. Arsenal were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. We have already started here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford. He's a great all-round goalkeeper, Pete.
He's having a go! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's had a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
Ronaldinho. Now, what about a counter-attack? Tries to pass it through. And the shot! Bellingham. And it's Rijkaard. And the counter is on. That's the throw. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He is through here! So it's Ibrahimovic! Oh, it's come off the upright. Ambitious ball here. Arsenal are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Adams. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Messi. Looking here to chip it through. Nice interception, well timed. Pullet. Played in by Roberto Carlos. And this is Pullet. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Nicely spread. Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Gattuso, and it's Hullet. Out towards the flank. Roberto Carlos. Deep cross. It's a mighty effort! Goal! Arsenal! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Rijkaard. Messi. Probing pass. Nicely worked. Shot a goal! It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Looking to play him in, and this is Ibrahimovic. And here's Roberto Carlos. Up he goes!
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And the through ball. And this is Van Basten. He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now he's got space here. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. That's a good ball out wide. Costa Curta. Adams. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's managed to get free. Jordan Henderson. That's a sharp pass. Triol. Played into space, and he's picked it up out wide. Costa Curta.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And he welcomes it in.
There
He's
will be
quick to get it
1
clear
minute
again.
time.
Adams. Defending was strong and firm. And it's half-time here. Let's look back on the first 45 minutes.
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even
And a
further.
quick reminder
I'd
today,
always be
everybody,
inclined
to
to go
make sure to
for
put
the
any
latter,
litter in
go
the
for a
bins
third,
provided.
especially
Thank you
with a
for
full
your
half of
cooperation.
football still to play.
Arsenal are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. Here we go again. Adams. And it's Henderson.
Arsenal are totally dominant in the middle of the park.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Rijkaard. And here's Van Basten. Picked out, real chance! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
And that's another good win of the ball. Van Dijk. Passing is crisp and sharp. No, that's been intercepted. Piqué. Arsenal finding their passes.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He's had a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Knocks it out wide.
Bahia clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
He's in a great position here. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's a fine interception. And this is Hullet.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, that's well spotted. Arsenal with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable. Oh, nicely intercepted. Ronaldinho.
The attendance for this match was 60,000.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Hullet. Hit into the middle. Terrific header. Another fruitless header.
Arsenal really can do themselves a massive favour by making good use of this spell now.
That's a cute ball. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Hullet. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Yamal. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Jordan Henderson. Rijkaard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Roberto Carlos. Piqué. Played towards the other side. It's Ronaldinho. Just eases him off the ball. Edmilson. Roberto Carlos, who does have an assist to his name. Hullet. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Van Basten. And he shoots! And it's come back out to him. It's there! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 11.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Hullet.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Coming on the field, number 18, Jan Koller. Number
Roberto
14,
Carlos.
Johan Cruyff.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one, and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Substitution.
That has been cut short. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Looking for the run. And that's a dangerous ball. Bahia can breathe again. Just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Arsenal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. Keeper has taken decisive action. Arsenal moments now away from seeing this one out. Arsenal clearly now in lead preservation mode. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He has found the way through. Pinches it off him. Puskás. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he has shown him a yellow card. Puskás. So that's it. It is all over. Arsenal can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. And as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's...
And there's the shot! He would have been quick to recover this. And here's Ibrahimovic. Ronaldinho! And that has skinned the post.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, the idea was a good one. He's going for goal! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Sends it crossfield. Now it's Neymar. Deep cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Gattuso. Roberto Carlos. Incoming delivery. Either side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Now it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Hullet. Nicely weighted ball. And the through ball. Look at the space here. Lovely feet. And this is... takes a shot! And it's Ed Nielsen. Gattuso. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Oh, it's come loose. Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Roberto Carlos goes short. Fired deep towards the back post. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for options for movement. Tries to play it through. Messi looking to run onto it. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Gattuso. Well, there's the clearance. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Can he get it through? And it's been played through. Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that has been cleared. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bellingham. Rijkaard. Now it's Hullet. And it's Messi. Great vision. Spread neatly. Punched away. Here comes another cross. He rises! Harmlessly behind. Edmilson nicked it back promptly. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Roberto Carlos. Hullet. Now there's... and the shot! Goal! Arsenal! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So we have the first goal. Terrific header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Edmilson. He's a sharp little ball here. Wriggles his way through.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Up he goes! He has done it! And they're at it again, in double quick time! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision.
There's the whistle for half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Arsenal sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. Oh, he's been caught now. Ibrahimovic! Bellingham. Chouameni. Passing is crisp and sharp. Can he get on the end of this? Gattuso. And Edmilson. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking to play him in. Shot could be on. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Looking for a runner. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That has ended up in no man's land. Knocks it into space. He's found a way through. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Messi carries the ball down the right. And he's gone searching cross-field. He's shifting through the gears here. Neymar plays it in.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
And the shot! They've played it short. He can get that clear. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Probing pass.
The attendance for this match
Almost
was
an hour gone.
62,005.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Carlos. That's an imaginative pass. And he's worked it through. Tries a shot! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And yes, it's him again. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave, which envelops the team. And as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
And that's off target.
Ah, look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Passing is crisp and sharp. Has a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Roberto Carlos. Cross in, looks like a good one. Beckenbauer. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim? Oh, can he finish?
Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And the finish! There it is! The breakthrough strike! So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So the game's first significant moments, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Out towards the flank. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And it's been taken short. And here's Roberto Carlos. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Corner number 2 then. Roberto Carlos with the short one. Roberto Carlos delivers. Van Dijk gets it clear. Ronaldinho. He has a look up. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Ronaldinho.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Roberto Carlos.
Cerezo Osaka clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Hullet. Messi. And it's Hullet. Roberto Carlos. Now that looks a decent ball. Ronaldinho has it out wide, and the shot! And it's hoisted clear. And one more try! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Arsenal have their third corner. Roberto Carlos goes short. Deep cross. He's got full. In he goes again. It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's managed to get rid. Baresi. And it's Hullet. And that's gone loose. Messi.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Played into space. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Ronaldinho. And here's Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. And it climbs up big. Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 4 coming up here. It's a mighty effort. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short. And here's Roberto Carlos. Hullet can get it clear. And it's Roberto Carlos. Van Dijk is a man so notably robust and resolute in his... And he's had a hit! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. That has been knocked clear. Roberto Carlos. Oh, smashing header! It's in!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Oh, well played. And that has been cleared. Ronaldo is onto this.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. Oh, that's clever. He's picked his way through. And this is Ronaldinho. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Cleared away. Stood up well to him there.
The attendance for this match was 62,005.
And this is Messi! And he has kept it out somehow.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
It's a promising position. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Roberto Carlos. Turns and goes back. He's in a good position here. Can he get it through? No, not quite on the same wavelength. Neymar. Good running, strong and purposeful. And he welcomes it in. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Beckenbauer. Now it's Hullet. Just about up to 75 minutes.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Messi. Hullet tries to play it. Great chance! He has done it! It's level again! What a match we have!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 33.
We have got changes here
Messi.
from both sides, in fact.
Number 11.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Number
Well,
22.
needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
Coming on the field.
He was too tightly
Number
marked when that
14,
came his way.
Johan
Not
Cruyff.
really much he could do.
Number 18, Jan Koller.
Roberto
Number
Carlos
20,
getting this one
Gabriel
clear.
Martinelli. Number 5, Bellingham.
Well, that had the
Substitution.
makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, no question, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 8.
So, time for changes
Gattuso.
on both sides, actually.
Coming on to replace him is number 9, Erling Haaland. Substitutions taking place.
Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Haaland has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, he's had a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay on side.
4 added minutes on the board. Threads one in. Collar. Roberto Carlos could try cutting inside here. Oh, what a climb! About that! And that has raised the roof! Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Arsenal take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another.
And the referee brings it to a close. Arsenal have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Van Dijk picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Special presentation featuring
Arsenal leave it late, but in the end, it was great.